Welcome back. So let's try and convert this into an observable. Now, with the observer pattern, let me just try and talk a bit about that for a second. With the observer pattern, we're going to create so that instead of this guy actually returning a list of customers, he's going to return an observer that people can subscribe to. Now that's because I want to be able to do different things with my observer depending on what I want. So I don't just want a stupid list of customers, I actually want an observable that I can then decide on when I want to execute, what I want to do with it. I can map stuff, I can remove stuff, I can update, I can do so many things with an observable, but with a stupid list right here I only have so few options. So instead of returning a list of customers, we're going to return an observable. So let's just start there by actually wrapping this guy into an observable. Observable, and then do the lower than, bigger than thing right here, and there we go. Now we explain we want to return an observable when we're done. So now that we changed this into an observable, of course we're getting an issue because this is not an observable, this is just a simple customer array. So let's just remove that. So what we want to do instead is we want to create an HTTP request to our REST API, get some data back, and convert that data into an observable with customer array inside it. I know, we'll figure it out. So let's just start out by getting HTTP in here. This HTTP. On that guy we have a GET request, just like we did with Postman. So notice a GET request, right? So I need this URL right here that I called to get all my customers from the REST API. I'll just put that URL directly in here. There we go. Now the last step I said I needed to do is kind of convert this using the map keyword. And that's going to convert it from JSON, which it is when I get it. So notice I'm going to get a response back. And that response, I can use a lambda expression to actually get that response. And notice the response is everything. That's all the information we got in this one. Not only is it the actual, it's also the headers, it's everything. Now what we want to grab is response.json. That's what we want to get. And we want to convert that as something. We want to convert it into actually being a customer array. And how do I know that? Well, that's just because if I go again and look at the JSON that I returned right here, it's an array. And it's actually an array of customers right here. Now we're missing the ID and we need to get that in there, I know that. But right now we're just getting the first name and last name of each customer when we're doing this. Sweet. So now notice we don't get an error anymore because what we just did is we created something, we made some code. The code is not executed yet. I'm just preparing some code and this code will be executed as soon as I subscribe to it. We'll get back to that. I'll try to kind of dive into this with an image when we're done setting this up. So let's try and finalize this by adding a few more things. Next lesson, let's try and actually subscribe to this guy. See you next time.